welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about business growth and know when it's the right time to take your business to that next level. So you might still be in the planning stages, or you could be a startup company, or equally a company that's been running for a while but you've been stagnant and you're not really sure what that next step is. And I think it's important for me to say to you guys, it's not coming from a position of expertise. I'm not an expert in the industry. I'm purely in the startup stages of my own business, but I've definitely learned some things along the way, and I've also made mistakes which I think could be beneficial for you guys if you haven't quite gotten to the stage that I'm at yet. I formed my company in September 2017, Zac Hugh Cosmetics. The name's telling, I'm in the cosmetics industry, but a lot of the principles that I've learned and had to follow are relevant across industry, so you may still find it useful. I formed this company, and initially I had the idea of producing some eyelashes. That's where I started, but I've since developed the range. But focusing on how I started and how naive I was, I truly believed when I initially got that first product in my hand that the product's amazing, it's going to fly off the shelf, and that's it. The business will kind of take care of itself. And that could not be further from the reality. The reality is that I had no idea. I had no idea how much groundwork needed to be done and how much research it takes. You need to know your field. You need to know your industry. You need to know who the big players are. You need to know who the emerging brands are. I'm talking from a product perspective, so services, I assume it would be similar, but you need to know these things. And something as simple as maybe meeting with a buyer isn't as simple as you may think. It requires a lot of homework. You can't walk into that meeting without knowing your stuff. You need to know, first and foremost, that company. You need to know their brand. You need to know their stuff. You need to know how you fit in, because they'll ask you all of these things. So when I first started, I was so desperate to get a meeting with a buyer. That was my main thing. I need to meet with a buyer. I need to meet with a buyer. I need to get my products in store. But had I been granted that opportunity and gotten those meetings with those buyers at that time, I would have crumbled. I would have crumbled. What do I say to this buyer when I'm sat in front of them? Yeah, I've got the product, but then what? For example, I'm sat with a major retailer, Boots, for lack of a better example. They want 100,000 units. They don't pay you straight away. I have to foot that bill. I didn't know that. I thought, okay, if they order that, that's it. They don't pay you. So you need to find that money to fulfill their order. A lot of manufacturers won't, I'll say all manufacturers, until you build that rapport, they're not going to give you that product until you pay. But there are companies out there that will foot that bill for you and obviously take a percentage when the invoice is settled. But the thing about that is, you wouldn't know that. That's not something that you would just know if you're not coming from a business background. So you need to do your research. You need to know exactly what it is that these buyers are going to ask you. It's so important. Another thing that I would say is really important in terms of growing your business, your network. When I first started, I was so desperate to network that I was just networking with absolutely anyone. Any small business company, yeah, I'm networking. But actually, networking with other small businesses, as much as it's nice in terms of building yourself a nice support system, it's not going to help you grow, because these people are trying to grow too. They're in the same boat as you. You need to network with the decision makers. You need to network with the major players in your industry. You need to network with people that can actually catapult you into the door. Do you see what I mean? You need to get into the door, and then once you're in, you can kind of maneuver your way around. But at first, it's not really going to help you in terms of growing your business, networking with people that are in the same position as you. It's useless. So I would say companies that support small businesses such as Enterprise Nation, they've been absolutely amazing. I've found them so useful. You do have to pay a subscription fee, but for the £10 a month, the stuff that they offer you, the support that they offer you, the information that they offer you, is priceless. So for me, it's 100% worth it. Another thing that you need to be clear on is your goal. What is it that you're hoping to achieve? What are you hoping to see at the end of this? What is your journey? Because if you're not absolutely clear and you haven't visualised it and you don't know what it looks like, it's going to be so much more difficult for you to get there. For example, I've obviously got a goal. I'm not going to share it with you because I think goals are precious and they're things that you should keep close to you. And it's a personal journey. It's something that you're working towards. But it's definitely something that you should plan all the way through, step by step. Break it down, because once you break your big goal into smaller goals, once you start ticking them off your list, you'll notice that actually you're getting a lot closer to that big goal. So you need to break it down, then it's not so overwhelming. Then anything that you want to do, you can do. You can set your sights on doing. Even though I haven't achieved my goal yet, but I know that I'm on my way to achieving my goal, and that's because I've broken that down into smaller goals, and I'm slowly ticking the smaller goals off the list. So I'll definitely be updating as often as possible, and I will share my journey, because I think it's important for you to see a progressive story as opposed to a success story, so you can see that it is possible. And if I can inspire you to chase your own dream, or maybe see an idea that you've got in your mind through, then that's fantastic, because that's what it's all about, inspiring and empowering each other and supporting each other. First and foremost, we need to support each other. It's so important. But yeah, if there's anything specific that you want me to go over, please leave a comment below. If there's anything that you want me to talk about in relation to how I managed to overcome hurdles and meet with buyers, then again, equally leave a comment below, and I'll be more than happy to go over it in another video.